Hello, I will talk about Puno transformation in the traditional quinoa production system. In Peru, the waters of the Lake Titicaca surround a wide plateau known as the Altiplano, between 3,800 and 4,000 meters above the sea level, which is currently occupied by the countries of Peru and Bolivia. On the Peruvian side, the plateau is inhabited by two ethnic groups known as the Quichuas and Aymaras, located in the south and north from the capital of the department of Puno. These human groups have settled in this space for more than 5,000 years, when the first traces of domestication of native quinoa and potatoes are evident, which later spread to all of Latin America. In fact, the Altiplano is considered the center of origin of the agricultural diversity of potatoes and quinoa in the world. FAO has recognized the Puno-Cusco corridor as a GIAHS zone in 2011. Puno is the center of origin of quinoa, and there are references of the domestication of 3,000 multicolor cultivars of quinoa. According to Mario Tapia, a prestigious Peruvian scientific, there are a culture about every cultivar of native quinoa, determined in Quechua and Aymara voices. Orality has allowed the creation of legends around the value of the Andean grain, of which Puno is the region with the highest production of quinoa in Peru. It has also allowed the design of an agricultural infrastructure based on local inputs. Each variety has a special use: culinary, medicinal, ritual, resistance to frost and pests and diseases. The highly relevant sense of community in their words, where the definition of poverty means being alone or not having a family. Likewise, traditional quinoa production system generates a series of ecosystem services in water, soil, food, security, and adaptation to climate change. For these reasons, these spaces coincide with the 13 principles of agroecology. However, since the Green Revolution, there have been a series of political changes that have affected the traditional forms of production in the area, from the agrarian reform in the 70s and the recognition of the peasant communities historically settled in the area, to the progressive introduction of hybrid seeds of white quinoa, which have been introduced in the dedication and solemnity associated with the cultivation of colored quinoa. In particular, this situation increases in 2013, when the FAO declares as the International Year of Quinoa. A relevant feature was the different messages. On the one hand, FAO sought to promote quinoa for its worldwide dissemination as a food security strategy. On the other hand, the Peruvian government sought to promote production to revalue the price to the producer, in particular, the farmer from Puno. Given this scenario, what is happening with the Quechua and Aymara peasant communities of Puno is ignored, particularly in the quinoa production system, which should conserve their traditional forms. In this regard, in 2020, two peasant communities of Puno, Caritamaya and Chaupisawakasi, were studied to evaluate the sustainability of quinoa production systems, for which, based on the observation and participation of farmers, a variety of characteristics was developed: economic profitability, local inputs, cooperation, food sovereignty, gender, agricultural diversity, and traditional practices in agriculture. The methodology was following the criteria of Santiago Sarandon and Miguel Altieri, Latin America agroecologists. It was identified that the area already has three types of production systems: traditional, conventional, and organic. But despite this, traditional systems continue to be the ones that show the greatest sustainability. Among ethnic groups, it is identified that the Aymaras continue to be more persistent in their worldview associated with the conservation than the Quichuas. Thank you very much.